Welcome, people, to Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and this is my co-host, Stu Woolley. So, welcome to the house. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. And Stu, it's been a while since you've been on this channel.
Yeah, I every time you've been doing over Christmas is manic, isn't it? You know, it's like with family and that. And every time you've been doing the previews, I've just not been available. So I apologise for that because I want to be with you on this journey, the Tactical Devils journey, because I think me and you together, pal, make a pretty good team of not. A tactical awareness of the game, and I'm hoping that everybody who watches us likes us as well. So it's great. Yeah. So it has been a change. I do get a bit like you, though. I get asked to go on a variety of channels, which is nice. But I want to come on this journey with you, pal. So that's where my home.
You're right about that. Say this. Say it again.
You are sorry.
Variation of shows, variety.
Yes, there's a variety. Yeah, there's a variety of shows. I mean, you were on the Flying Pigs channel last night, for example, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Did you see the quiz?
I did see the quiz. I probably may have just beat the pig. I might have just beat the pig. For the record, though, and I'll give Jarvis a lot of credit here. I was feeding him answers, and he was having none of it. So that was pretty good. But he was the champion.
Yes, I won the Flying Pig with Christmas quiz. So, guys, if you didn't watch it, jump over to Flying Pig after this show ends and have a look. It was a great quiz, actually. So Mark Zinnerman made a brilliant quiz for being an Arsenal scummer as he is, but he was brilliant. Yeah,
he did. I felt a bit for the youngster, the young tiddler.
Griffo.
At the bottom of the screen. Yeah, he's obviously about 18, 19. I don't think he was. Might have been a thought at some point when some of the players were playing, but you know what? That's life. If you like Manchester United, go back into the history and have a look at it. You know, the club's steeped with history. Forget the morons of today. Go back to the real genuine heart of Manchester United back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. We weren't that good in the 70s and 80s, as we all know, but there was heart, there was soul, desire, everything you want in football. They wore proper boots, proper shin pads, proper footballs, pitches. He's old, is he? How old is he, bless him? How old is Griffo Rushmano?
Please tell me. Maybe mid-20s is my guess.
I would say mid-20s, but what I thought there was he's clearly more useful than the Flying Pig and Jarvis, because he came with a little whiteboard, which I thought was mint. You two were scribbling down in an old notebook. And he got this wonderful little board, which I thought was great. So fair play to him. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought some of the questions were good. The genius question for me, though, was the group of five.
Yes.
And the first names of the Manchester United managers. I thought that was absolutely genius, that. I mean, I was looking at it and I was telling you, Alex Scott. Get Alex Scott, you're okay. But nobody, the thing is, nobody got Louis.
Never heard her name, ever.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, obviously, look, in the UK, she's quite popular, so to speak. She was an ex-England player. What I was surprised about, nobody got Louis Saha.
No.
He was a steal at 12.1 from England.
Or Fabian Barthez. That was my two.
Yeah, well, Blanc, I think we got as a free, didn't we?
Yeah.
We only paid about 6 mil for 7 mil, maybe something like that. Barthez, I can't remember. We only paid about something similar, didn't we, for Barthez? So but Louis Saha came from Fulham, 12.1 or 12.2 mil.
Yeah. He was actually underrated, Louis Saha. I think it was a
very underrated player for us. He was solid up front, good finisher. When he got it, when he was on form, he was a really good finisher. So, anyway, look at the tactical room.
Jay is also older than people think. Yeah. How old are you, Jay, actually?
How old are you, Jay? Yeah. In fact, have a guess. See if you can guess how old me and Jarvis are. Go on, a bit of fun for Christmas. Try and have a guess. So, the tactical room, Jarvis.
Stu is 30, 32. 33.
Yes, that's how I like it. And Jarvis is about 52, but I wish I was 32, 33.
Okay,
uh,
let's say hi to the chats too. We have J United as we seen in the chat. We say big up Jarvis and legends. We have
Big up.
Raji Roshmano in the house. He comes in and say lads, big up. And Alien Tenno Peter is in the house. He say big up Jarvis too and the chat. Yeah, it's good to have our moderators here and all of you familiar faces. It's fantastic. And we have also Elite Baller coming in, and he's saying,
got a newest top for you, Elite Baller. Still repping the brand, pal. Still repping the brand.
Okay.
Jeez,
Okay.
What's Elite going on Baller. Here? 68. No, 68. And even only Tenno's. Oh my God, only Tenno's ribbing us as well. Here, look. What the hell's going on? Jarvis 50 HD 75. Wow.
No, I still have my hair. Not too grey.
Mine needs cutting. Mine's a bit long for me. Needs cutting. But I have been on my deathbed, Jarvis, as you know. But like Lazarus, or is it the Phoenix? I've risen from the flames.
From the flames, yeah.
Yes. Can't wait to get back playing. Had a couple of weeks off because I was, ill. Can't wait to get back playing, pal.
Yeah, you need to trim off that excess Christmas stuffing.
You know it, pal. You know it. The old love handles are grown on the side. They're all grown. So I've been back at the gym, and I've been doing the old twists, and I might have to get a bit of yoga going up. But lovely to see everybody in the channel. Listen, guys, hope you all had a great Christmas. You got loads of presents. Love to know what you got presents wise. Put in the chat what you got for Christmas. I got a deck. I got a record deck.
Ooh,
for my vinyl.
So now you can spin plates.
I don't want to go back to repping like I used to do. Or was it? I represent. I think that's the word, isn't it? I represent. And that was what my son was telling me. He said, "Oh God, Dad, you're embarrassing." But got loads of. Had some vinyl for Christmas. I was really pleased about. Right. I used to love vinyl, obviously, when I was growing up, Jarvis, and when vinyl was the thing, so I absolutely loved it. But these days,
vinyl, it's a little bit before my time. I remember it. My older sisters had them. They all them like the Prince, Michael Jacksons, even ABBA and Kiss, and all those classic ones. But for me, it's cassettes.
Guns N' Roses, you were cassettes. Yeah, so I was vinyl.
Nirvana, all of them on cassettes, mixtapes.
Yes. Yeah. He wants me to get a mohawk. Does Elite Baller, the old Arturo. What a player, by the way. Arturo Vidal was a player we should have had at Old Trafford. He would have been absolutely brilliant for us, but we never quite got him over the line. I was never into Riff Pilchard or Chas and Dave. Thanks to that, Elite Baller. I'm more of a metal fan. I like rock. I've seen some of the greats.
Nice. Let's not leave out. I saw Mick. Mick was in the house, and he had one comment. Big up, Mick. He say, "I guess Stu has burkini, so guessing his age is."
Luckily, Trev Wade hasn't found this channel yet. We must tell Trev. Because he'd be on to give us a ribbon. There's nothing wrong with that. We all like a ribbon.
No. Stu, can you just chit chat a little bit with the chat? I'm just gonna go and retweet something on Twitter. So
of course. So get in your chat what you'd like us to talk about tonight. We obviously want to talk about the Wolves game and also the Newcastle game coming up. Whether there'll be an impact with Bruno missing. Who will take the captain's armband? My money is on Harry Maguire again. Be interesting to see what you guys think. Let's have a look what we got here. Oh, Jimi Hendrix, Metallica, and Def Leppard. So I've seen Metallica Elite Baller a few times. Def Leppard. But I was too young, believe it or not, to see the mighty Hendrix. So yeah, I'd love to have seen him. A great guitarist. I love guitar work. Squat thrust. I'm not looking forward to getting back to that. Rashmano. I think my hamstrings might give me a few issues with the old squat thrust, but I will do my best on that. Danny B, big up legends. Thank you. Big up to you, Danny B, as well. Great to see you in the chat. Are we going down? We'll talk about that a bit later. Yeah, let's hope not. Rashmano's got a point here. I think Ugarte is definitely a more worrying, but again, we'll touch on that. Can we talk about Dani Olmo? We can. And what else have we got? Mickey's saying Ericsson to replace Bruno, Casemiro for Ugarte. I think that's probably the way forward. Yeah, and Elite Baller agrees. Yes, please smash a like, ring that bell for notifications. Jarvis has worked hard on setting this channel up, and between Jarvis and all of us, we want to really grow this channel. We need your help and your support to do that. So we'd love to love to see this channel grow. I mean, we're on 100 and is it 20?
89, 88,
so
almost 200, almost 200 subs.
Let's try and get us to, before New Year's, if we could get to 200 subs, that would be brilliant for Jarvis, because he's put a lot of time and effort into this, and I need to support him more, so I will apologise to him for that.
First of all, Das Southward 69 dude comes in and say he just subbed. See you on the Piggy's channel quiz last night. Big up, Das. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you will be tuning in regularly. Me and Stu and other friends of mine will come on this channel. Maybe Pig will come one day. Other people will be here. Mick Ruby. We will dissect football, try to go down into tactics, talk about football, and I will try to stay away from all the dross, the circus of Man United, all the rumors and stuff like that. Sometimes you have to talk about it, but mainly it will be purely football and footballing opinions. That's how I would like to create this community. And already we have so many brilliant people in this house of Jarvis and Stu's. So yeah. And now I have just created an X comment. So X formerly known as Twitter. So if you guys could just press that link, go to that one and retweet. I see Rashmano has already retweeted it, so we will get out to a broader audience.
I think you might have an issue with your mic, old friend. It just sounded a bit like you were drowning.
What?
Can you hear me?
It's better?
Yes, it sounded like you're drowning a minute. You're right. Perhaps you got
the mic. It's terrible.
But you're good now. So, Jarvis, let me ask you the first question of the evening. Wolverhampton Wanderers, what happened?
Oh. Well, I always try to look for positives when I watch United. I try to see if there's some recognizable patterns that I know of, that I see we do repetitively, and if there's things that we can build on and improve. After the Wolves games, there weren't much, to be honest. I was keeping an eye on what I call third man runs and diagonal runs. You talk about them all the time. And to put it simple, it's about moving to create space for your teammates when they have the ball, or to be available on the receiving end. So there's always two outcomes when it comes to those runs. And what I see, for me, I feel like the players are not fully understanding what Amorim wants to do. Because when I saw his sporting team, I've seen a couple of games, you see a lot of movement, especially Jokenes, the outer channel, running from the inside to the out, dragging defenders with him, creating space, and you have opposite runs into the space that Jokenes vacates. So when you move like this, and both move outside, drag both, and the third man comes in, when you do this, you open up space, and then there's room for the players to carry the ball run with the ball into the open space. But with us, it's more on chance. It feels like it's more on chance. You see some of the players are doing the runs, others are not. So it's very disjointed at the moment. And we know that Amorim, he talks about the attacking play will take a lot of time. And so far I see sometimes we do it right. Most of the times we fuck up, and yeah, and 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 how we do it. When I see this, especially one player in this team that really frustrates me. Um, I love him to bits. He's young. He can still learn, but it's Hojlund.
Yeah, I know.
How he moves, it's so frustrating because I feel like he wants to do it. But I've been playing the game for so many years, and sometimes you come on a team with youngsters, and they are very eager. They want to be a part of the team. They want to play football, and they have the stamina. Um, as a 18-year-old, they can run all day.
Yeah,
They're not like an old man. But it doesn't help because they run all over the place. There's no end goal with their movement, and this is what I see with Hoyland. He's way too eager. He's way too erratic. He's all over the place. He's trying too many things. He's trying to drop down. He tries to go in behind. He tries to curve his run. He tries to run in a straight line. He wants to receive the ball on his chest. He wants to receive the ball with his feet. So it's all over the place.
yeah,
Do you agree, Stu? There's
100%.
someone on my door. So yeah,
Yeah,
I will be back.
yeah. I'll carry on. So yeah, I mean, look, Jarvis is 100% right with Hoyland, but the interesting thing about the way that Sporting was set up and the way that he wanted his players to play, a lot of the time they're playing on natural instinct. They were watching the game unfold in front of their eyes and making the runs before the players knew where they wanted to be in terms of their position. So just to briefly explain what I'm getting at, if you're Mazzari playing right side, if Gyökeres was playing with us, he's already made that move. He's already made that push into space to allow two things: to allow Mazzari to push the ball into midfield into a 10 position, which is left a space where Gyökeres would be, or where Hojlund would be normally, or there's a ball on for Gyökeres to actually take, or Hojlund to take. We don't play with instinct. We play static football. And what I mean by that is we're waiting for the ball to be released before we're making the move. And that isn't any good to us. We don't have the players who have got the skill and the adaptability to play a static game. We need to be more maneuverable. And when you've got a number 9, such as Hojlund, for example, who is trying to come deep for the ball, he's being out-muscled, he's not running in behind, he's got no spatial awareness. Unfortunately, I could go on for a while with Hojlund. Wherever you get to a certain point, you will always hit that bottleneck, and that bottleneck is actually Hojlund. And this is why I've advocated, and most of you watch me and Jarvis regularly, I've always advocated he's better in a 2 than he would be as a singular. And the reason he'd be better as a 2 is to split the centre backs and thus allowing your high rater, whether that may be, whether that's Bruno, whether that's Mount, whether that's Xerxes or whatever, to cut in and manoeuvre themselves into the middle of the pitch a lot easier. So I'm just a little bit disappointed with the way that Hojlund is conducting himself. I'm very disappointed by the way that his 2 supports acts, whoever they may be, because they change on a regular basis, aren't helping him. I'm disappointed that nobody's progressing the ball from an 8 like Cunha did. I mean, Cunha played as a 10, but he progressed the ball as an 8 beautifully. Anybody who watched Jarvis Corner last week, Jarvis asked me a question, and I'd been to Wolves. I took my little nephew to Wolves to watch him against Ipswich, and I was raving about Cunha, and I would take Cunha. And people were saying football isn't about stats. It's nothing to do with stats. Watch his movement off the ball, watch his movement with the ball, watch his desire with the ball to shake off a defender, a midfielder, and progress 20 yards. You are always getting with Cunha a progression of 20 yards. With Hojlund, you're getting a 2 to 3 yards progression. With Bruno, you're getting a 5-yard progression. With Ugarte, you're getting 5 yards. You're not getting the length of ball play with anyone in our team. Doesn't all right. You could say maybe Dallo is progressing maybe 10 to 15 yards, but he's progressing into an area with no end results. Cunha will provide you with something. He'll provide you with an end result. So, that's where I'm at with it, Jarvis. Really, you're on mute, by the way, but that's where I'm at with it, because I totally agree with you when you talk about Hojlund and his static play. I totally agree with you when you talk about when Garnacho comes on and he's got absolutely no thought process or pattern to his play anymore. Xerxes comes on and he's being surrounded. Every time he's got the ball, he's been surrounded. He's got brilliant feet, Xerxes. If you watch Xerxes' feet, he's got brilliant feet, but he doesn't know what to do with it because he doesn't have players who are willing to. Sometimes, when you were growing up and you talk about it, how many times do you gain space by standing still on a football match? More than you realise. Sometimes you've got to stand still. Everybody runs past you, and then you take the ball and you can do something with it. We don't even do that, Jarvis.
Talking about that, old players. I remember in the 80s, I used to watch, for example, the midfielder of Liverpool, Jan Molby. Always static in the central area of the pitch. Didn't move, but he was always available. And also when you look at Busquets, he doesn't run much. He's always there, and he's available. So it's not about running all the time.
Busquets was brilliant about that. And that's a great point. Jan Molby in particular is a brilliant point. Jan Molby was a better deliverer of the football than Busquets. But the point you make about Busquets is brilliant. Into Busquets, gone. The ball comes into gone. Unless there's nothing on, then he holds it and then he moves it. But normally the ball's in gone. And he's very Rodri-esque, or Rodri has modelled his game on Busquets. I'm not quite sure. But you watch Busquets, he just drops 2 yards, maybe 3. He'll move and he's waiting for the ball, and then it's gone again. It's either gone out to Jordi Alba or it's gone out to Dani Alves when he was playing, or it's gone into Xavi, Iniesta. He moves it like that quickly. Now, hi, Berber. Great to have you with us. Now, Bruno was doing something very similar, but a more advanced position when he first joined us, if you remember. He had something about him. His brain was operating a good 5 yards more than anybody else in the league at that time. And some of our players like Martial, he made look good because he was, the free kick against City where he just looped it over Martial. Martial was on his bike, bang, 1-0, peels away. Where's all that gone with Bruno? Where's all that disappeared from? Where did the petulant side of him? I'd love to know the thoughts of the tactico room.
For me, I think it's the armband. I think the armband is taking its toll. I think it takes too much of responsibility, and I think he's not captain material, to be honest. He's a brilliant player at his day, but I think he takes on too much responsibility. You can see this season. When we're struggling, he's on his 3rd red card of the season. He goes in erratic in his tackles. He didn't have to do that tackle against the Wolves to get that red card. There was a situation that wasn't dangerous at all. You're high up the pitch. I get you want to fight for your team. You want to show your teammates. You want to lead by example. That's how you do as a captain. But maybe it's not the right thing for Bruno to be captain. Maybe it's
for you then, Jarvis. Quick question for you, because again, you make a brilliant point, pal. Why is he not showing that determination in our final third of the pitch? That determination to win the ball, to defend and win the ball. Why is he not showing that in that final third? And the point you made was brilliant. He was what, 25 yards Really, in
right
their final third?
outside the 18-yard box line.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, yeah.
So why did he do that there, and he won't do it in our third when we need him to do it?
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on that, pal?
It's frustrating, frustrating to watch, and we know we have other players, but we don't have many captain materials in our squad at the moment. Maybe Delict, Maguire, as you mentioned, but I don't see many others.
Who do you think will get the armband Monday?
Maguire, I believe. Yeah.
I think he'll give it Maguire. I don't know why. I've got no, I don't know, but I think he'll give it Maguire. And again, I don't think Maguire had a brilliant game on Thursday. I'm being
No,
honest. I thought it was poor.
but
Martinez.
he's up against a really good striker, Strand Larsen. He's a
Do you know
good striker.
something? Yeah, I'm going to tell you something now. He was woeful against Ipswich. Larson was. He was appalling. What's his name? Dunk. Pretty much like had him in his pocket, and Larson is a bit taller than him. His movement was okay, but his want and his will was poor.
Yeah.
48 hours on, or whenever it was, against Wolves. Fuck me, what a different player. What a different player. I mean, the cross game, it was a brilliant header, his goal, which was disallowed. That's where Hojlund should be. That's exactly where Hojlund should be, straight in the bank. He out-muscled Martinez. He out-muscled Maguire on a lot of the...
He market Maguire, I would say.
Yeah,
But he didn't
out-muscled him. He definitely outsmarted him, but there was a couple of cases where he out-muscled him. We've got a goalkeeper that seems to be glued to his line again. Won't come out for crosses, won't come out and attack the centre forward. We've got issues on all stretches. So we're going to have real problems against Newcastle with, Joe Linton's going to bully the life out of us.
And Alexander Isak. He's the danger man, without a doubt.
Isak's got his boot and his kit on now. He can't wait to get to Old Trafford Monday night. Or whenever it is Old Trafford, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, he can't wait to get to Old Trafford Monday night. Isak, he's got his kit on now. He's on the coach. Come on, Gaffer, get me down there. I'm going to score 3. And we're just going to get pushed, and we get bullied. I was really disappointed the way we capitulated at Wolves. I think Alien Turno made a great point earlier on in the chat that we didn't turn up against Wolves, and basically Wolves beat us up for 90 minutes. I think he was right, but he was driven by Cunha. He was driven by Ait Nori, who I know you like. Are you Rich? Happy Christmas, mate. He was driven on by Ait Nori, who I know you like. The Chinese lad that came on as well showed a lot of heart and a lot of spirit in there. And Wang, we just got real. We just looked like children against these players. And Amorim must be, I tell you what, Jarvis, he must be absolutely not a clue what to do with these players.
I think Amorim now is coming to the stage a lot of the other Man United managers have felt. Now he's starting to realize the level of this group of players, the attitude, the abilities they have, and I think he understands 100% now that someone of them need to go right away. But there's not a chance. We heard today rumors that he was demanding 170 millions in transfers, 3 players. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Amorim is in the shit knee deep, and he's starting to realize. You see it on his face. He's aged 10 years in the last 2 months.
Yeah, he. No, I totally agree. I look. I don't think we're going to get 170 million quid. No, if we can get Olmo on a free somehow, then fair enough. I can't see that happening. I don't see Olmo being the catalyst that's going to change what we need. We are desperate for 2 high quality wing backs. We both know that, Jarvis. We both know that Dalot can't compete as a wing back. Mazzari, we know is okay, but at the moment he's having to play right side on a centre back of three. Yoro's not kind of found his form yet. Yoro's having a bit of an issue getting to grips with the Premier League. I've got no problem with that with Yoro, by the way. No issue at all. I think he needs to come out of the team, but he can't. He's got to stand up and be counted though at the same time, Jarvis.
Yeah.
You've signed for Manchester United. You've got to stand up and be counted. We need you. We need you to play. But we can't be having this. We can't be having this wimpish attitude that we've got. We can't be having that. I'm afraid to tackle. I want to see us. I don't mind red cards in football, Jarvis. I really don't, and I don't mind yellow cards. But I want to see a proper red card. I want to see if Bruno's going to do it. I want to see you kick the shit out of him. 50 foot up in the fucking air. Then we'll clap you off. We'll clap you off because you've got some design.
Like Roy Keane used to do back in the days.
Yeah, Paul Ince used to do it. We were talking about Paul Ince in the quiz last night. Another answer I may have given you, pal. But Ince.
No, I know,
and rightly so, pal. But Paul Ince, good player, hard as nails, bang, it's smash into the tackle. There's a good thing about Cunha. He's strong as well. He's a brilliant player, but he'll smash you hard as well. We do, Rusty, you're right. He'll hit you hard, Cunha will.
Yeah.
There's all the skill. He'll hit you hard. And why don't we do that? Why
Stu, when we talk about Cunha, especially Cunha, I noticed how he runs. It's about high intensity runs.
He is.
When he roams in the number 10, and you say he progressed the ball as a number 8, but he drops down, and that's a high intensity run. He sprints away from his guy, from the guy who marks him, to make himself space, and he's very good. He's always in balance. When he drops down, he turns with the ball in balance, and then he starts sprinting again. So it's about high intensity runs and sprints.
You're absolutely right.
And I don't see our players have the stamina, the physicality to actually do this. Because when you see other players like, let's say Ahmad can do it. He has the balance. But when I see Hojlund, for example, dropping down, he needs too long of a time to turn and get up to speed again.
Yeah, well, the thing about Cunha is Cunha drops his shoulders in his head. He pops his head into his torso, and he uses his arms and it's power, and he's quite strong, which means he's ducking down slightly as he's running, so he's able to get more pace and more purchase when he's running with the ball. And something we don't do. Semedo, pretty much had Ahmad in his pocket. He understood what was happening. Kerkeres had Ahmad in his pocket against Bournemouth. Knew how to play him. Ahmad's got to, these players, they've got to realise what's happening and adapt their game during the actual match itself, to give them something, to give them some kind of, advantage over Semedo. Semedo's just there, well, I know what Ahmad's going to do. I'm going to take it, so I'm just going to elbow him. I'm going to nudge him out of the way. You can't do that with Cunha. You can't nudge him off the fucking ball.
No.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it with Semedo. You can't do it with Aït-Nouri. You can't get him off the ball. Why can't you get him off the ball? Because we're not big enough. We're not aggressive enough. We're not strong enough, Jarvis. And I don't know why. You in this league, it's all right being athletic, but you got to be athletic. You got to be fucking powerful. You've got to be a powerful footballer. You've got to get in that gym. You've got to fucking, work out. You've got to be stronger. You've got to be fitter. I don't know whether it's a fitness issue for us. I'm kind of struggling to work out, or whether it's just pure. I think Alien might be right. Maybe it's just pure attitude. And he says here, didn't he, that Freddie McTominay had the right attitude, vilified by the fans, but they did have attitude. We're going to try and change the game. It's I think he's right. Alien Tanner's right there.
Yeah, I think it's a good question, but it's always about, you don't want to let the fear of failure take the best of you. You always have to take the chance. You have to be willing, and that's, you have to the no what do you call it? The no fair attitude.
But I don't think we've got that, Jarvis. I don't see that running through our squads. I don't think they care to win or lose.
Yeah, but it's not something that you have. It's something that you get by repeating good performances all the time. Look at City now. They had it, but now they lost it. So it's not just about plays, it's about confidence and repeatedly having good performances. Maybe I just want to show you guys this because it's a little bit it's a little segment on Hojlund. And I just want to get your reaction to this. It was in the 3rd minute of the game, and he's very erratic. He's all over the place. He wants to receive the ball. He wants to do everything. I don't know if you remember this instance, but it was quite a big chance. So this is us on the transition. Ugarte had just won the ball, and Hojlund is sprinting. You see, Wolves is high up the pitch. They have the ball. They have no one behind that, so there's a lot of space to run into. Ugarte just passed his man, so he was not able to play the ball right away. And Hojlund, he wants. Oh, I want to go to this one. Yeah, Hojlund wants to receive the ball, and let's see if I can. Well, what the hell? Let's just play it.
Yeah, just play it.
Yeah. And let's just go through it again and play it in 0.5 speed, because you see, first of all, he wants to run in behind, but he's not aware of his man. You look at his face, he's not watching Ugarte, he's not aware of what Ugarte is doing. So he wants to sprint in behind. He realizes that the ball is not coming, so he stops, and then he look at the Ugarte and points. He wants the ball in behind. And then suddenly he drops down to receive the ball, and then Ugarte plays it in behind, and he realized Ugarte plays it in behind, and then he starts running in behind. So everything is disjointed in Hojlund's movement. So look here, points in behind, tries a little step to drop down, and he loses all of his momentum. Of his momentum.
This is two things he could have done there.
This chance is really big. If he can curve his run, if he really can read. So everybody talks about Hojlund not getting the service, but for me, Hojlund is not doing the right things. If he had done this right, he will be 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
If you go back to the start of the play, there's two things he could have done. There's two things he could have done, right? Stop it there. Go back, because he's looking the wrong way now. Go back. Keep going back. It's right to the very beginning.
Yeah, this is the beginning. Yeah.
What I would have done is just two things you do. The easiest option for Ugarte, look at Ugarte's facial position, is for Hojlund to run across the line towards the byline. Ugarte gives him a straight ball through, and he's got a diagonal run right into goal. Okay, so the speed in between the two defenders to pick up the ball out wide to then go diagonal. The defender's got two issues. A, they won't catch him for a start because he's quite quick when he gets going.
Yeah.
And B, they'll have to foul him because he's going to kind of like cut across them like that. That's the first thing. Now, he was never, ever going to do that because of what you said. If you play it on, his original, he's leaning towards the right, if you can see. You see his foot position. He's leaning towards the right already. So, because he's leaning towards the right, that's your problem. So he's now got to stop. Now he's in a great position again. But Ugarte should have gone... This is really, and I don't mean to be...
Ugarte is carrying the ball. He's under pressure, He's
under pressure.
So he has to read the situation. He needs to understand what to do in this situation.
His ball, the best ball, is a straightforward slide ball between the two defenders above Hojlund. But he turns back in Ugarte, which is no problem. But Hojlund's still in a great position. Now, as the ball comes in, Hojlund's got to take the ball straight away, immediately. Don't let it run between your feet, Because if the ball comes in, if you take it, he's going to aim in a diagonal position that those two defenders will never get him. It's a one-on-one foot race with Semedo. Take it now, push. Push the ball out your feet and run.
But look at Hojlund's little movement here. He loses all of his momentum because
yes, he does, because he wasn't thinking.
He takes a step back.
Yeah, push the ball now. Get it out your feet. Back yourself in a foot race. He beats Semedo. I guarantee you that. But Semedo gets in. You're absolutely right. So there was a couple of issues. And I don't want to be critical of Ugarte because he played the ball brilliantly under pressure. I don't want to be critical of Ugarte, but there was 3 options there. When you watch the play unfold right from the beginning, there's 3 options. Now, people will turn around and say, fucking hell, it's easy watching from the game. But these are elite footballers. These are supposed to be the best players in the world. You know, and a striker of Hojlund's ability should be noticing the best way to give himself the best opportunity to bear down in front of goal, Jarvis, and give him a chance.
But the thing is, you see, he's way too eager. He's way too eager.
He's
going, firing right away. He's not reading the situation. He should have curved this run a little bit more to this side before starting in there.
Ideally,
the little bit of time he needs just to get the chance right.
Totally agree. I would have gone the other side. I would have gone the left. If you push the arrow, that's the space. Go to the left of it. There, a bit further up. There. That's where I'd be. Ugarte, and then you've got that diagonal run into space. What I don't understand is why he's not getting that.
We've seen it all the time. He runs in straight lines. He's not curving his runs, and he doesn't understand how to run in the outer channels.
Again, about his curved run, you see where he is now. If he goes again diagonal to the right, as we look at it, to the bottom of the pitch, it's an easy ball for Ugarte as well.
So these are one of the issues we face with a guy like Hojlund on top. He's not ready for this. He's not matured enough to read the situation. He's still young, so I'm not trying to take a dig at Hojlund because he's a very good finisher and he has a lot of good things and he has evolved since he first arrived at the club. But this is the key of our main issues at the moment. I think so. We can just give it time, let him gain the experience and understand this, or we can just scrap it and buy a finished article striker like Osimhen.
Well, yes, I agree. I think ultimately, there's got to be a. I think there's got to be.
Andrew.
I think we've got a problem in terms of what we do. I'm listening to the usual suspects. Let's go for Gyökeres. Again, I'm listening to the usual suspects all the time. You know who they are. I always think to yourself, well, you didn't mention him 2 years ago. Well, all of a sudden now, do you want Gyökeres? You weren't talking about him 2 years ago when he was at Coventry. 3 years ago when he was at Coventry. Now all of a sudden we all want Gyökeres. Why? Just because he did well for Amorim at Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that Sporting Lisbon sacked their manager over Christmas. Didn't they? Because they lost about seven games in a row. These things happen. So is it just that we need Gyökeres? Is Osimhen a better option for us? Probably. I think he probably would. Elliot Tanner's right. I think Gyökeres would struggle in this team. I do. I think Osimhen would probably struggle in this team. What's wrong with going now for someone that's proven in the Premier League? Would they want to go for?
Who would you go for?
Well, look, I'd have tried to prize Duran out of Villa, if I'm being honest with you. I think there's something about that player. He's banned now anyway, isn't he, for three weeks? You like Bowen, but if you mention these players, the whole fan base just goes, no, what do we want Jarrod Bowen for? Oh, fuck me, he scored more goals than fucking Ollie Watkins, scored more goals than Hojlund. We need Premier League proven quality. That's our issue. Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Jarvis, or let me ask you this. If and it's an if, by the way, Fergie's not in charge. It's an if. Fergie goes for the best in class, doesn't he? He goes for Cole Palmer. I want Cole Palmer. Go and get me Cole Palmer. I want him. He went and got Andy Cole, best in class at the time. Dwight York, best in class at the time. Jaap Stam, best in class at the time. Schmeichel, best goalkeeper at the time. We all know this. I could go on forever. It was best in class, best in class, best in class. Some rough diamonds. Ronaldo was in there, some real rough diamonds. But at the time, he was going for best in class, and they were Premier League. Alan Shearer, until he chose Newcastle, we went for him, best in class. They're all Premier League, or were Premier League proven. That's what we need, Premier League proven. So I know you're not going to be able to go and prize John Duran out of, because why would you right now? He's going to stay at Villa. Ollie Watkins is going to stay at Villa. Jared Bowen is going to stay at West Ham, isn't he? Why would you? My point is, why would you come now? But you've got to try and get best in class. We're talking about left back. You made a great point about Kirkeres. Yeah, absolutely.
I think
Nunes at Fulham. Absolutely, Andrew. Absolutely. Robinson, do you see his cross from Nunes? For the winner.
Yeah.
Go into Fulham and trying to get these players. We're not in a position.
He's a great player. Too old though, but good
we're not
player.
in a position to go and get maybe a Victor Osimhen now. Why would we're not in a position to go and get a best in class striker? So you've got to look closer to home. We need to get players that understand their Premier League, that are really hungry. They want to win. I agree. Kane, I totally agree.
Yeah, Kane,
John McGinn, what a great shout, John McGinn. Now, most people, fucking John McGinn, you're off your fucking tree. Just watch the kid play football.
Remember when Ollie wanted to sign Longstaff?
I do, yeah.
Everybody laughed.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Other McTominay. So this is the, I would say this is the snobs of the fan base, and they play the FIFA on the PlayStations, and they really don't know. They want big names, but they don't see football.
We're not there anymore, Jarvis. We're not there. If Messi in his 20s comes up for grabs, we're not there anymore. He's not going to come to us. We can't go there. We've got to shop where we need to shop. No, we've got Nuruddin. How are you, mate?
Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
We've got a shop
Merry Christmas.
where we can shop right now. And we're not shopping at Ocado anymore. We're not shopping at M&S anymore. We're shopping at Aldi and Lidl right now, guys. Sorry I'm not going to go at Aldi and Lidl, by the way.
Aldi and Lidl? Are you taking the piss? We're shopping at the local, mate. The local super.
Sorry,
Quick Save.
we're not there anymore, are we?
We're shopping at Quick Save, mate.
Quick Save.
It's not even there anymore.
No, Quick Save is Summerfield. It's not even there anymore. And that's our big issue. So, we've got to look at getting players who are proven in the Premier League, who can help us, who are just a bit hungry. Shocking.
So, Nora, how you been? Yes. It's been a couple of days. I saw your last two shows. I saw you with Saeed. I saw the match reaction in a rerun, and but I saw the show with Saeed, and I think you had a good point when you talked about wingbacks. We all talked about signing Artenori or who else, Kirkes and all, but you said no, we don't need a fullback. We need a robust winger. And that caught my ear, because I totally agree. We need a robust winger because we're not creating anything when we attack. So can you make that point again for the channel, people
big
to hear?
Big up people, first of all, big up. So happy, Tactical Devils, Stu and Jarvis, happy to be here. And this is the start of many, many more shows, definitely. Big up to everybody. Please smash a like for me. Those of you who have not subscribed, you better hit that bloody subscribe button. We need to get this channel to 1,000K ASAP. And I've been telling everybody, to be fair, to subscribe at the end of every show that I've been doing over the time. So I've had the man flu, boys. I've had the man flu. So I've been sweating, hallucinating.
Oh, it's been horrible.
Crazy, like horrible fevers. The only thing that's kept me alive actually is doing YouTube, because I've not been doing anything else. I couldn't be able to do anything else. Yesterday and today is the first time I've left the house in about a week. So it is what it is, guys. But yeah, no. I thought about it long and hard, Jarvis, long and hard on Stu and the Tactical Devil Army. I thought about it long and hard, and I'm looking at the things on our left-hand side and on the right-hand side as well. We need wingers that are robust, wingers that can carry the ball, but wingers that are really good on the duels when they're defending. And we need younger players. I don't think we need to sign somebody that's established. I think we need robust, fit guys who are going to give us 40 to 50 games a season. And to play in this system, that's what we need. And specifically, we need ball carriers. On either side, we need ball carriers. We need robust footballers that can run and play the modern way. And what I mean by the modern way, know what they're doing on the ball, know what they're doing off the ball. I did say earlier as well that I was telling everybody we need to get out of the Europa League. I was saying that. I was stressing that. I was saying that because I kept saying this guy needs more time on the training ground with some of these absolute dreadful footballers. He needs more time. He needs time on the training ground. I genuinely, I love the FA Cup, Jarvis. The FA Cup for me is the greatest cup competition in the history. Stu, I'm sure you've played cup. How many times have you played in the FA Cup? I'm sure you've played in the FA Cup loads of times. Hundreds of times.
Yeah, a few times. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah, I love the FA Cup. Absolutely, it's the best.
It's the greatest cup competition because it starts when it finishes. When it finishes, it starts. It starts from the summer to all the way to the next summer. That's what happens. And it's the greatest, the best organized cup in the history of world football. It's the oldest and it's the greatest. So, but I'm like, thank God we got Arsenal. Let's get the hell out of there so this guy gets training ground.
Yeah, we'll be done. Yeah, we're going to be
done. 200 subs, 203. Yeah,
get in.
So, people, let's go. There'll be the people who were with you from 200, Jarvis. The people that were with you for 200 that will be there when it's 20,000 or 50,000. So, big up to everybody. Let everybody else know to hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
So, I'm a believer that there's no quick fix out of this. We know some of the players do not fit in. Let's break it down. They spoke to him in the summer. We now find out that they did speak to him. The reason why they said no to Amorim, because they said, well, the players' personnel we have does not suit the way he wants to play. Then they hire him in a couple of months into the season. And now they're saying, oh, well, we're not sure about money and all of this. Listen, give it a rest. I mean, I've got a video coming out really soon talking about the Glazers and Ineos. So make sure you check that out, United Real Therapy. And then I'm going to do some previews tonight. But I'll go to it specifically, Jarvis and Stu. Manchester United. The players that we have, I don't think all of them are horrendous. But I think he needs to do the work on the training ground with them. And I think we need to bring in a few. But I say I do not want traditional fullbacks. I do not want traditional wing backs. I want wingers. Wingers that I can go back and are not lazy, who've got the legs to get back and up and down. Can get back, get the ball back, know what they're doing defensively. But most importantly, Jarvis, all the games we've watched so far, where's our space? The space is in the flanks.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time.
And teams are literally shutting us down the centre and telling us, go on. How many times see when Diego Dalot, the ball goes to Dalot? Teams give him the most space because you know he's useless.
Yeah, exactly.
So imagine having a winger who can dribble. You already destabilize the defense. If you can beat two players, if you can drag a midfielder and a fullback to come close to you, you can eliminate them. You're overnumbering the other team in the box or in and around the area. So we need people who can isolate people and can defeat. And I'm not going to lie to you. I know everybody hates him. Big up.
Unicorn Sky.
Big up. Welcome. I say it this now. We need people who can isolate players. And the two players that I would love, the two players that already play in the Premier League, it's a shame they play for Man City. I would take both of them. Duku and that Brazilian kid. And I know that because people don't understand.
Savio. No.
Yeah, they're not. They're not performing great because the whole team's not performing great. But they can isolate. They can isolate people. They can isolate people, face them up one-on-one. And actually, Doku's not that bad defensively.
Yeah. Doku, yeah. Savinia, yeah. I'd like Diblin. I'd like to snatch him out of Southampton. I think there's something about that kid. I know I know he's only played a few games, but he looks strong, doesn't he? He looks like a player. I'd go for Diblin. I think that would be superb. Oh, sorry, Danny B's just said Diblin as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked about it the other day. You know that it was at Chelsea. He went to Chelsea. It didn't work out for him, I think. He didn't work out. He went on loan to Southampton player. I'm like, go and get him. And the other kid that we've been linked with at Sporting, the 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And not even that, the winger for Leicester. I forget his name.
I know what you mean. I forgot his name as well.
The winger for Leicester and the kid who's playing now for Sporting Lisbon. He's a brilliant ball carrier.
No, I agree with you on ball carriers. I agree with you on ball carriers. And I think Nuruddin, I think we're better with a 3-5-2. Personally, I don't like a 3-4-3. I've never liked a 3-4-3. It's an unbalanced system for me. I think a 3-5-2 is a much better system. And if you've got two really good strikers who can complement each other, split the centre off. I hate playing against two strikers, Nura. When I'm playing centre off, I absolutely hate it. It's horrible. It's if they can split you, they can bully you. They can move you out of position. It's fucking horrible. And if you've got two solid wingers like you're talking about, that creates so much space and so much chaos in the opposing box. I hate it. It's much easier to play with a single striker. As a defender, it's much easier.
Yeah.
A lot easier. And I think we need. I think we need 5 across the middle. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. And two really good solid strikers. Jarvis, I know you've got to go, pal. Sorry.
Well, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I have people over, it's Christmas. But we didn't even get to talk about the Newcastle. Because I'm
why are you being rude? It's Christmas, Jarvis.
It's
Christmas. You're with your children. You're with your family.
It's been a brilliant show, guys. But we didn't get to talk about the Newcastle game that's on Monday. So
no problem.
Quick. Give us your thoughts on the Newcastle game.
More pain to come.
Eddie Howe.
Pain. I think we're going to suffer pain. I think we're going to be on the end of a nasty result, I'm afraid, on Monday. It's not going to be a pleasant result. It's not going to be a pleasant game at all. I apologise, guys. I'm normally no. We're just going to be on the end of a nasty result. I don't know what the score will be, but I can't see us winning. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair, against the big teams, we've done okay. We give them a game, so I'm expecting us to give them a game, but I think it's more pain to come.
We might turn up, thinking about it with no Ugarte is a big miss, but no Bruno. No Bruno might just free us.
No Bruno, no Ugarte.
It might free us maybe, but we've got to defend so much better. But I can't see us winning, I'm sorry.
Eddie Howe, for me, is a fantastic coach. He
is.
Yes.
They got players.
There's a famous video of me outside Old Trafford, and everybody was laughing around me. Who's laughing now?
When he was the Bournemouth manager.
When he's a Bournemouth manager.
Yeah.
There's a video of me saying, I'll get me that guy. I think he's understood. I think he's understood the landscape of the Premier League, and he's made his team to be physically robust. They can't spend a lot of money. They can't.
There's a video with me saying it, and Jarvis will back me up on that because it's on the same show, and I got absolutely ridiculed for it. But I championed Howe as an interim, didn't I, Jarvis?
You did.
Yeah, I did.
But,
I agree.
But he did some education. He went to Atletico Madrid. He took
everywhere.
time off, studying football, learning the defensive art of the game, not just the offensive attacking part after Bournemouth. So he's very balanced as a manager, and that's what I like. And I also like Andoni Iraola, as I've said.
Areola for me. I don't put this so many times. Areola.
Yeah,
it's the guy I wanted. Me and Jarvis. It's the guy that we watch. I watch Bournemouth games now. I genuinely watch just watching how we solve problems.
Yeah,
how we find solutions quickly, like fills the gaps. He's such a brilliant young manager, and he's working with the players that he has. But
he's got reliable players, though.
Before we end the show, I just want to show you this segment. It's from the Bournemouth game, and I made this video the other day about the third man runs, and when you see here us attacking, you see Masraoui driving with the ball. We are on transition, so they are sprinting home, and you see here Ahmad is pointing out to Dalot, who's our right wing back. He's free. But in this instance, I think that's not the correct way to do it, because I wanted Ahmad to do a third man run or a diagonal run here, go here, drag the defender Kirkis with him, and open up this space for Masraoui to run into. And you also see here Xerxes is doing a diagonal run from the inside to the outside, just to create all this space. And we have been struggling with this. He obviously makes the wrong decision, kills the momentum of the attack. He plays the ball to Dalot. We know Dalot, he can't do anything when he's 1-against-1. He tries to dribble. He doesn't lose the ball. He gives it back to Masraoui. Now they have fallen into to defense. They are waiting for us. And the momentum of the attack is gone. And then
look
again,
at the trap, Jarvis, look at the trap. Look where Ahmad is. Look at the trap.
Yeah. But again, here you see Ahmad here. He can make this run again. There's another chance for him to make this run here. There's space for him to play into, but he stands still. And even if he doesn't get the ball, he will open up the space.
Why he didn't do that, Jarvis?
Drag the defender with him, and he will drag these two defenders with him. So we will open up more space. Ugarte is free here, and you see we have players in the box who will make a movement towards the box if the cross comes. So
you know why he didn't do it, though, don't you, Jarvis?
Why?
Look at Kerkeres's position. It is perfect. It's perfect. As soon as Ahmad moves, bang. It's perfect. That this is textbook.
But Stu, Ahmad doesn't need to receive the ball. He needs to be unselfish and take one for the team.
But
that's
even so,
you need to open up space, and this is what I don't see with this Man United team.
No, I agree. But as Kerkeres,
we have so many options doing these third man runs, and Ahmad is brilliant, but he doesn't understand what Amorim wants. He doesn't do it.
I totally agree. But as Kerkeres is there, I'm going all left. That's all I'm going to do, and I'm just going to use my arm. It's brilliant defending. What you're saying is perfectly right from an attacking point of view, but it's brilliant from a defensive point of view as well. It really is. It's so good. They're so difficult to kind of attack against when you set up like that.
Yeah,
I mean, he's slightly off balance, Kerkeres there. Don't get me wrong, because if you notice, he's crouched down, isn't he? But he still only has to push his foot left or push his foot right, and he's moving into the space that Ahmad is going to go in. But I do agree with you, by the way.
That picture tells 1,000 words, because Ahmad was our danger man, and they had 3 players within 6-7 yards of him from different angles.
Yeah.
That's why they locked him out of the game. The other night, Wolves did exactly the same. Locked him out of the game. I said at halftime he should have gone. Masraoui should have gone more wide. Ahmad should have dropped into the pockets. It was Masraoui that was giving the room. Ahmad, instead of going wide, should have stayed central, and Masraoui should have gone wide. But listen,
so that's Jarvis's point there. We don't hit the pocket. You're talking about the pocket there, Jarvis. I understand your third. Apologies. I always look at things from a defensive point.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's why I want the debate. I don't see everything perfect, but how I see football, I want our players to understand you have to be unselfish. You have to sacrifice yourself for the team. Sometimes you just need to run to open up space, drag defenders with you, make it easy for your teammates.
Why doesn't he know? Why doesn't he know as a professional footballer? Why hasn't he got the brain power to do that?
Yeah.
Look, we haven't got the answer, clearly. I know that. And it's a question that doesn't come with an answer. I understand that. I do. But doesn't it wind you up? Every time you put a freeze frame in it, and Jarvis is going, well, I would do this. Nora's doing, I'd do that. And I'm going, and I'd do this. We all see the game the same, but different ways. But we've all penetrated that situation better. Your original assessment of Dalot and of Diallo was correct, because he's pointing the direction. Mazari goes with the direction that he's pointed to. So as a defender, as a left-sided defender, whoever it may be, I'm going, oh, all right then. So I know where you're going to go. The ball comes into you.
Yeah,
Sorry, no, go on.
If you went back to that picture, Jarvis, the original one, the first one, the bigger thing for me is that Zirkzee not making the right run either.
He's
the
not.
other one. If you go back, the other one.
But right from the start, yeah.
Yeah, that one there. That one there. Zirkzee should be going furthermore in between the two centre halves to create more space for some of the United players run into it, because Ahmad should have made the run there, right, across the exact. Zirkzee should actually make the run to the far post.
Correct.
More to the far post there.
Like
and Ahmad goes there, and then there's Kobe and that people come and drag people. So we get more space. Listen, when I play Saturday Sunday League, I used to go absolutely berserk at the forwards. And I would tell them, dude, what are you all effing statues? Yeah. Move. By moving, I don't think movement is one of the most underrated things in football, because it's done a lot of it. It's done without the ball. You've got to. It's the hardest thing to defend when you've got people turning you as a defense steward. As soon as you get turned, you don't know what's coming.
Oh, you're in trouble.
It's your turn.
Yeah,
you know what? The best thing centre halves or defenders can do is to watch everything from here. It's the best thing, because they're scanning, they're moving. That's it. As soon as defenders go like that, as soon as people go like that, you're in trouble.
Well, you know what you were talking about there, Nora? The ball was actually on as well, wasn't it? The ball was on into that space, as Jarvis pointed out. Even if it doesn't reach Zirkzee, the defenders are at the picture. They're gone. They're done, because they're backing up. As soon as you back up as a defender, you're in a world of pain. You just, because you've got to turn to get in. Now Zirkzee's got, he could have either taken the ball down, pushed it across. Kerkeres would have had to go into the middle, which would have left Ahmad free. There's just one little chip. Guys, I always say this, and I genuinely mean this, right, guys? If you're looking for proper football analysis, these are the guys to listen to, because this is what it's all about. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Nuruddin. I'm talking about Jarvis. This is what it's all about: understanding football and being able to look outside the box. Our players don't do that. The demonstration there was our players not doing it. And that is the frustrating side of it for me.
But Stu, when you think of it, what I can't understand, because as you said, it comes down to footballing IQ, whatever, their understanding of the game. But for me, I'm very critical when you think of it, because they are professionals. And when you are a professional, you should know this. If I was an engineer, or let's say I was a doctor, you would expect me to know stuff, because I'm a fucking professional. And these are professional footballs. They play the game 24/7, year out, year in. They get paid loads of cash. They should be able to read a tactical sheet. They should be able to watch a fucking YouTube movie or whatever, just to learn and start thinking and using your brain when you're on the pitch. It's frustrating the hell out of me.
Yeah, my little nephew said to me the other day when we were in the car going to Molyneux, and he said, he goes, Uncle Stu, he said, I love playing. He said, but I'm 12 now. What do I need to know? I said, you need to know 2 things. I said, first of all, your feet carry you 10% through a match. He said, what do you mean? I said, your feet aren't everything. Your brain is, your eyes, your ears, your mouth. That's your footballing IQ. I said, by now you should you learn how to trap a football, kick a football, which parts of the foot you need to use. But your brain tells you. Your brain will carry you through a game. And I listen to his coaches, guys, and I'm pulling my fucking hair out. Not that I've got much left, but I'm pulling my hair out on what they think a footballer should be, as to what we all know a footballer needs to be. And it's all here. Everything is on top of your shoulder with football.
What
Everything else.
Does he play?
He's a central midfielder. He's not quite. I think he's a better 10 than Nuruddin, to be honest. He turns really well on the ball. He's got good close control. But he just doesn't. He doesn't have the players around him, I don't think. I mean, he hasn't been taught awareness on a football pitch, and it winds me up more than anything because Jarvis is all right. If he's a doctor, surgeon, and I'm on there and he can't see the bigger picture, I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm fucking dead. You know, we've got players who've been playing since they're 5 years old who still can't see the bigger picture in a game of football. Fucking unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. When you put it that way, it's mind blowing. Wow.
One of the biggest things, if I ever played more attacking wise, sometimes because I used to pass, that was my thing. I used to get pleasure from setting goals up.
Yeah.
Was that I always used to go next to the referee. You know, the referees, even at the lower leagues, even at the lowest level, referees always have the space.
Yeah.
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 Referees always have space.
Yeah.
Always.
Often can't ref, but yeah.
And the ref would go, "What are you doing?" The refs used to look at me a bit funny. So I stood next to them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
everybody else is running.
Yeah. You don't need to run. People say, "Oh, you should run for 90 minutes." No, use your brain. Get the ball. Jog when you need to jog. Sprint when you need to sprint. Stand when you need to stand.
Yeah. Yeah, people, smash a like. Let Jarvis carry on with the Christmas theme.
Go and enjoy your night.
So, guys, thank you for coming on. I just want to thank everybody who's made the comments.
You should have let me know earlier, Jarvis. You should have sent me a...
Yes, yeah, I will next time. I will next time.
Lots of love.
So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a brilliant show. We will be back probably Monday, at least Stu and I. Maybe Nuruddin will jump on, do 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Before the game.
Yeah, build up to before the game. Yeah, because the game is Monday night,
8 o'clock.
7 p.m. 8 p.m. Yeah,
8 o'clock on Sky, isn't it? You're going there, Nuruddin?
See how I'm feeling.
Yeah. My lad will be
See how I'm feeling genuinely. But yeah, I want to go.
And we will do the match reaction most likely on United Real Therapy after the game. So guys, go and subscribe and tune in to Nuruddin's channel. We will be great. So thank you for tuning in. And hopefully we will see you on the next one. And pay attention. It's a new outro I made. I just showed it once. So leave a comment after the show and get your predictions for the Newcastle game in your result. So have a good one and see you on the next. Bye-bye.